I am reviewing the Maxcatch Explorer Fly Reel size 5/6 weight. This is a plastic reel that I received for free for my honest opinion and review. So that might make me a little biased, but I'm trying to be as honest as possible. This has a polymeric body and spool, which means it's not made of metal, it's not made of aluminum. I'm going to unbox it right now. So it comes with the reel, and it comes with a short little instruction booklet with part names and how to switch it back from left-hand retrieve to right-hand retrieve. In comparison, this is a Flugler 1094 plastic reel that I bought when I first got into fly fishing. The whole kit was about $80, I think it was, and I got this not knowing anything about fly fishing, not knowing anything on how to what constitutes a reel or a good reel from a bad reel. This one worked pretty good for a while, but as I started getting more into fly fishing, I found out that it's not, let's say, it's not the best reel around. This one is really cheap. The difference between the Maxcatch and the Flugler is the plastic or the polymeric construction on the Maxcatch is much better. It's much cleaner. It's got a shiny consistency to it. This one's more flat. It looks more plasticky. The drag system on this is superb. It's got a disc drag system. You turn it to the right to increase the drag. You turn it to the left to decrease the drag. On this Flugler one, I don't know, it's got this little weird knob button thing, and it doesn't do anything. It doesn't make the drag more or less, and it's kind of weird. When I took this apart, and you can see inside, it's got these little gears in here, and this is all it is. It's little plastic, cheap looking, very not quality, just not very good. For the Maxcatch, like I said, it's got a disc drive, same kind of way to take it apart. However, everything is sealed. You can see they use metal parts for the gears, metal parts for the drag, and it's all enclosed. You're not going to get any dirt or grime or dust in there. It's all sealed up from the elements. Put that back together. And also, the Maxcatch has a free reeling retrieve. So you'll notice when I'm retrieving, I'm retrieving like this. There's no sound. So after being interrupted by a phone call, I was explaining the drag system and the retrieve system. So on the Maxcatch, when I'm retrieving line, and I'll show this later when we actually test it out, there's no clicking. It runs free. You can just spin it. Now the Flugler, the little cheap one, it clicks both ways. Clicks forward and clicks backwards. Forward when I'm retrieving line, and backwards when you're taking a line out to cast. So that's another difference between these two. The free retrieve works excellent. It's smooth. You don't catch on anything. You're really worried about the clicking when your fish is pulling away from you. That's what the drag is for, and that's what those gears are causing. They're causing friction in order to put more pressure on the fish, so you can catch it easier. So that's when you're going backwards. That's actually when you're letting line out. When you're going forwards, that means you're retrieving line in. So that's a big difference. Now to compare the Maxcatch, this is a plastic reel, to around $100 Orvis Clearwater 2 reel. This one is aluminum. It's been banged up a little bit. It's been one of my go-to reels for a long time. But you can see they're in a similar size. They look similar in quality. The Orvis also has a backwards and forwards gear system, so that's a little bit different. I don't mind it, but the Orvis, you really can't ding them for their quality. Just an excellent product. It also has a disc drag. It's just really good. But the Maxcatch for this thing is only it's on sale right now for $20 on Amazon. $20. This one's $100. This one's $20. So if you want to get into fly fishing, if you want a good quality piece of gear, but don't want to spend a lot of money, and you're just getting into it, and you're just trying to find out, if you like fly fishing, then get this Maxcatch. I mean, you don't have to go and spend $100 or more for Orvis. This is a cheap one. I have ones that are more expensive than this, and they both do the same thing. They hold line. They let you retrieve a fish. They perform what they're designed to perform like. I'll put this through the rigors. The only thing I can really think of that would be a drawback to this plastic one is if you do a lot of fly fishing in the cold weather, which you can do like that in Colorado. If you do cold weather fishing, the plastic may become brittle. It may not hold up structurally to what aluminum does. Aluminum's not going to become brittle. It's not going to crack on you. So that's one thing I'm going to have to test out, but we're far away from the winter months, so I'm going to do a little bit of summer fishing with this and see how it works out. Like I said, you can spend $20 and get a really nice put together. I mean, I'm talking the seams on this thing are flawless. There's no rough edges. There's no burrs or anything from the plastic. You can see a couple of seams, but those are very, very minimal. The action is excellent, so smooth and clean you can't even hear it, and the retrieve is just beautiful. You can hear the gears engaging, very nice. Same with the Orvis, but the Orvis, of course, is a more expensive reel. Of course, looks better. I think it looks better. It looks more high tech. But they do the same thing. You don't need to spend $100. You can spend $20. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with line and show you what it looks like, and we'll be back. Welcome back. So we quickly went down to the garage and took some line and backing off an old reel that I had. This is a 3 or 5 weight line, which calls this, if you can see on the letters here, this is a 5/6 weight. You want to buy the corresponding fly line to what the reel is rated for. One note, while I was winding this, I did notice a little bit of friction between the spool and the base of the reel. It was happened to right about here. I doubt you will see that happen when you're bringing in fish. I mean, most of the time you're stripping line through the guides on the rod with your hands and not winding up. The only time you really want to fish on your backing is when you got a big sucker on there and you want to get him onto the reel and you want to reel him in. But I really don't think that's gonna cause the reel to warp or anything. So like I was saying before, so this when you let line out and when you're trying to cast, you're going to pull it off the reel like this, and that's the clicking you hear. But when you retrieve your line, if I can do this, hopefully I can do this. When you retrieve your line, there's no clicking. It's smooth, practically silent. Now I don't know if that's going to help you because the fish can't hear it. I doubt it. I've never really had any problems with spooking the fish. The only time I spook them is if I have a heavy cast on the water. Next we're going to go ahead and field test this. We're going to put it on one of probably my 5 weight Orvis rod that I have that pairs with this, and we'll see how it does. I headed down to my favorite fishing hole to test out the new fly reel. Stripping the line off the Maxcatch Explorer reel is easy. The reel is lightweight and easy to cast. The reel's simplicity, excellent design, and low cost make it an excellent beginning reel.